Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, let me have your attention for a moment because what I'm about to share with you might just change the way you look at life. Pain. That word alone can make you shudder, can't it? It's something we all dread, something we try to avoid, something we think is here to break us. But tonight, I'm here to tell you that pain is not the end of the story. Pain is not the villain in your life's tale. Pain, my friends, is your secret weapon. Let me ask you something: who here has ever faced a moment so hard, so unbearable, that you felt like giving up? Maybe it was heartbreak, maybe it was failure, maybe it was failure, maybe it was a loss so profound it took the breath right out of you. And yet, here you are. You're here, alive, breathing, standing tall. Why? Because pain did not have the final say. History teaches us this over and over again. Let's look at one of the most celebrated figures in history, Nelson Mandela. Mandela spent 27 years in a prison cell. 27 years. Imagine that. Day after day, year after year, locked away. Most people would have given up hope, would have let the bitterness consume them, but not Mandela. No, he used that time to reflect, to grow, to strengthen his resolve. When he emerged from that cell, he wasn't just a free man, he was a leader, a beacon of hope, and a symbol of resilience for an entire nation. That pain he endured wasn't wasted. It was the foundation for his greatness. And let's not forget the ultimate story of triumph over pain: Jesus Christ. Betrayed, mocked, beaten, and crucified, he endured a level of suffering most of us can't even fathom. Yet out of that pain came salvation, hope, and eternal life. His suffering was not in vain, it was purposeful. It changed the course of history and transformed millions of lives. You see, pain is not here to destroy you, it's here to shape you. It's here to test your mettle, to refine your character, to push you beyond what you think you're capable of. Think about the way a diamond is formed. It doesn't come from comfort. No, it's formed under immense pressure and heat. It's the same with you. Without the pressure, without the fire, there's no diamond. But let me tell you something important: pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You can choose to let your pain make you bitter, or you can choose to let it make you better. You can let it defeat you, or you can let it define you. The choice is yours. Take Thomas Edison, for example. He didn't invent the light bulb on his first try. No, he failed over 1,000 times. Can you imagine that kind of persistence? Most people would have quit after 10, maybe 20 attempts. But Edison didn't see failure as the end. He saw it as a stepping stone. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of someone who understands the value of pain. And what about Oprah Winfrey? Born into poverty, abused, and told she wasn't good enough, she had every reason to let pain define her. But she didn't. She used it as fuel, as a source of strength. Today, she's one of the most influential and successful people in the world. Her pain became her platform. Pain has a way of focusing you. It strips away the distractions and forces you to confront what really matters. It challenges you to dig deep, to find the strength you didn't know you had, to rise above circumstances that were meant to hold you down. But here's the thing: you have to embrace it. You have to lean into it. Don't run from it. Don't hide from it. Face it head on, because on the other side of that pain is your breakthrough. On the other side of that struggle is your success. Look, I know it's not easy. I know it hurts. But let me tell you something: pain is temporary. Growth is permanent. And every time you endure, every time you overcome, you're building a foundation for something extraordinary. So when life knocks you down, don't stay down. Get up. Get back in the fight. Use that pain as your fuel. Let it ignite a fire in you that no one can extinguish. Because the truth is, the most successful people in the world aren't the ones who avoided pain. They're the ones who embraced it, who learned from it, who let it drive them toward greatness. The road won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Pain is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's your teacher. It's your opportunity. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of a struggle, remember this: you're not being broken. You're being built, You're not being defeated, you're being prepared. And when you come out on the other side, and you will come out on the other side, you'll look back and realize that the pain you endured wasn't a curse. It was a blessing. It wasn't your downfall. It was your foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, the choice is yours. Will you let pain stop you, or will you let it shape you? Will you let it hold you back, or will you let it propel you forward? The power is in your hands. Use it, transform it, and let your story inspire the world. Life has a way of throwing us into the fire, doesn't it? It tests us, bends us, sometimes even breaks us. But I'm here to remind you that those moments of pain, the ones that feel unbearable, the ones that make you question everything, those moments are where greatness is born. Look back at history. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't march through the streets of Montgomery because the road was easy. No, he endured insults, threats, and beatings, but it was his pain that fueled a movement that changed the world. Pain became the fire that refined his purpose, and through it, he created a legacy that still inspires us today. Let's take it even further back. Remember Joseph in the Bible? He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and left to rot in prison. Most people would have given up, but Joseph didn't let the pain define him. He used every trial as preparation, every setback as a stepping stone. And when his moment came, he rose from the pit to the palace, saving not just his family, but an entire nation. That's what happens when you turn pain into power. Pain isn't here to destroy you, it's here to build you. When you feel like giving up, think of Thomas Edison. The man failed over 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb. He could have let frustration win. But he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the mindset of someone who understands that every failure, every ounce of pain is just the price of success. And let's not forget Jesus himself, the ultimate example. He carried the cross, bearing pain we can't even fathom, but he did it with purpose. Out of that agony came the greatest gift of all, redemption and hope for all of humanity. So I ask you today, what's your pain? Is it rejection, loss, failure? Whatever it is, don't run from it. Lean into it. Learn from it. Let it sharpen you, refine you, and push you towards your calling. Because here's the truth, diamonds are made under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And you are shaped by the trials you endure. The question isn't whether you'll face pain. The question is, what will you do with it? Use it to grow, to rise, to inspire. Turn your pain into an opportunity, because on the other side of it, success is waiting for you. And when you get there, you'll look back and say, the pain didn't break me, it made me. Keep pushing, keep climbing, and never forget your pain is the seed of your greatness. Let me start by saying this pain is something none of us can escape. It's universal, impartial, and relentless. It doesn't care about your background, your status, or your plans. It will come into your life uninvited and unwelcome, and when it does, it can feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. But what if I told you that pain, the very thing that seems like your greatest enemy, can actually be your greatest ally? What if I told you that pain is not here to stop you, but to shape you? Let me tell you, pain is not just a burden, it's an opportunity. History shows us this truth time and time again. Think about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man who faced unimaginable trials. He endured threats, hatred, and violence, all because he had a vision of a world where people could live in equality and justice. But let me ask you this, do you think his resolve came from a place of comfort? No. It was the pain he endured, the marches under scorching sun, the weight of countless lives looking to him for hope, that molded him into the leader we revere today. Without the trials, there is no triumph. Without the struggle, there is no story worth telling. Now, let's journey further back into the pages of the Bible. Remember Joseph, the young dreamer? His own brothers sold him into slavery. He was wrongfully accused, thrown into prison, and forgotten. He had every reason to give up, every reason to let bitterness consume him. But Joseph understood something profound. Pain wasn't his prison, it was his preparation. Every moment of betrayal, every day in that cell was shaping him for the destiny God had planned. When the time came, Joseph didn't just survive, he thrived. He rose to become Pharaoh's right-hand man and saved his family and an entire nation from famine. That's what happens when you refuse to let pain define you and instead let it refine you. Now, I want to bring this closer to home. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who gave us the light bulb. He failed over 1,000 times trying to create it. 1,000 times. Most people would have given up after 10 tries, maybe 20. But Edison said something powerful. He said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of someone who understands the value of pain. Every failure, every setback was teaching him something, preparing him for success. And because he didn't give up, the world today is illuminated. And let's not forget the greatest example of all, Jesus Christ. Here was a man who endured unimaginable pain, betrayed by those closest to him, mocked, beaten, nailed to a cross. The weight of humanity's sins bore down on him. But even in the midst of that agony, he knew it wasn't in vain. Through his pain came the greatest gift humanity has ever known: redemption, hope, and eternal life. His story teaches us that pain, when embraced with purpose, can lead to something extraordinary. So let me ask you, what's your pain? Is it the loss of a loved one? A betrayal? A dream that didn't come true? Whatever it is, I want you to know this pain is not here to destroy you. It's here to build you. It's here to make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. Pain hurts. It's uncomfortable. It makes you question everything. But the greatest growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from challenge. Diamonds, my friends, are made under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. Trees grow deeper roots when they're tested by storms. And you are no different. Let me share something personal. When I was starting out as an actor, I faced rejection after rejection. I remember auditioning for roles and being told, "You're not what we're looking for," or worse, "You'll never make it." Do you know how easy it would have been to give up? To let that pain make me bitter, to let it make me stop trying. But I didn't. I used every no as fuel. Every failure became a lesson. And eventually those same doors that were slammed in my face began to open. Not because it got easier, but because I got stronger. You see, pain has a way of teaching you things comfort never could. It shows you who you are. It reveals your strength, your grit, your resilience. It pushes you to dig deeper, to fight harder, to become better. But you have to be willing to embrace it. Think of the story of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison, enduring conditions that would break most people. But instead of letting that pain consume him, he used it to reflect, to grow, and to prepare. When he walked out of that prison, he didn't come out bitter or broken. He came out as a leader ready to unite a divided nation. That's the power of turning pain into purpose. And here's the thing, pain doesn't just prepare you for success, it makes success meaningful. Think about it. If everything came easy, would you value it? Would you appreciate it? No. It's the struggle, the sacrifice, the sleepless nights, and the setbacks that make the victory so sweet. So I challenge you today, change the way you see your pain. Instead of asking, "Why me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of running from it, lean into it. Use it as fuel to propel you forward. Remember, every great story has moments of darkness. Every hero faces trials. But the thing that separates the victors from the defeated is how they respond to that pain. Will you let it stop you? Or will you let it shape you? Will you let it break you? Or will you let it build you? Because here's the truth: success isn't about avoiding pain. It's about using it. It's about turning your scars into stars, your wounds into wisdom, and your trials into triumphs. So the next time life knocks you down, don't stay there. Get up. Keep moving. Keep fighting. Because on the other side of that pain is your breakthrough. And when you get there, when you've climbed the mountain, when you've reached the top, when you've turned your pain into purpose, you'll look back and realize it was all worth it. You'll see that the pain didn't defeat you, it defined you. It didn't crush you, it created you. It didn't break you, it built you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with this. The road to success is paved with challenges, but those challenges are what make the journey worthwhile. Embrace your pain, learn from it, grow through it. And never forget you are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more capable than you know. Your pain is your power. Use it and watch what you can achieve. Pain is one of life's greatest paradoxes. It's something we try to avoid, something that makes us uncomfortable, and yet it often holds the keys to our deepest growth and greatest achievements. At its core, pain is a signal and alert that something is stretching us beyond our current capacity. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and demands that we confront our limits. But within this confrontation lies an incredible opportunity, the chance to discover what we're truly capable of. Pain strips us of pretense. It exposes our vulnerabilities and forces us to grapple with the raw, unfiltered truth of our situation. While this process is often difficult and even agonizing, it's also transformative. When we're in the midst of pain, we're at our most authentic. Our priorities become clearer, our values are tested, and our true character begins to emerge. Pain, in this sense, is not just a challenge, but a teacher. It teaches us patience, resilience, and the importance of perseverance. There's a certain beauty in the way pain connects us to others. It's a universal experience shared across cultures, backgrounds, and circumstances. When we open up about our struggles, we invite others to do the same, creating a bond of empathy and understanding. In this way, pain can become a bridge rather than a barrier, fostering community and shared strength. Some of the most profound human connections are born from shared pain and the recognition that none of us are alone in our suffering. The transformative power of pain lies in its ability to propel us forward. It's often said that adversity is the mother of invention, and there's truth in that. When faced with challenges, we're forced to innovate, to think differently, and to find solutions we might never have considered otherwise. Pain forces us to grow, even when we resist it. It pushes us to develop skills, cultivate new perspectives, and build the kind of inner strength that can only come from enduring hardship. There's also a certain irony in the way pain shapes our appreciation for joy. Without the darkness, the light wouldn't shine as brightly. The same is true in life. The times of struggle make the moments of triumph all the more meaningful. Success achieved without effort or challenge often feels hollow, but success born from pain carries a profound sense of accomplishment. It's a reminder that we earned it, that we endured and overcame, and that the journey was worth it. Pain also has the power to clarify our purpose. When we're hurting, we often begin to question what truly matters. The distractions and trivialities of everyday life fall away, and we're left with a clearer understanding of our goals and desires. Pain can act as a catalyst, pushing us to pursue our dreams with greater urgency and passion. It's often in our lowest moments that we find the motivation to make meaningful changes and take bold steps toward our aspirations. In many ways, pain is a test of our resilience, our faith, and our ability to keep moving forward despite the odds. While it's tempting to see pain as a sign of failure or weakness, it's often the opposite. Enduring pain and rising above it is a testament to our strength and our ability to adapt. It's proof that we are capable of more than we think, that we can endure more than we imagine, and that we have within us the capacity to turn even the most challenging circumstances into stepping stones for growth. Pain can also inspire creativity and innovation. Many of history's greatest works of art, literature, and music were born from pain. Artists and creators often channel their struggles into their work, transforming their personal experiences into something universal and timeless. This process of turning pain into beauty is not limited to artists, it's something we can all do. Whether through writing, speaking, creating, or simply sharing our stories, we have the power to turn our pain into something that inspires and uplifts others. One of the most powerful aspects of pain is its ability to cultivate empathy. When we've experienced suffering, we're better equipped to understand and support others who are going through similar challenges. This empathy can drive us to become more compassionate and kind, not only toward others, but also toward ourselves. Pain teaches us that everyone is fighting their own battles, and it reminds us of the importance of extending grace and understanding to those around us. Ultimately, pain is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced and transformed. It's a part of life that we cannot escape, but we can choose how we respond to it. We can let it defeat us, or we can let it define us in the best possible way. By using pain as an opportunity for growth, connection, and purpose, we can turn even our most difficult moments into stepping stones toward success. The journey may be hard, but the rewards are immeasurable. Pain, when approached with courage and intention, is not just a challenge, it's a gift. Pain is one of the most powerful and universal experiences in life. It transcends age, culture, and circumstance, touching everyone at some point. While it is often seen as a burden or a curse, pain holds a transformative power that can redefine who we are and what we achieve. Instead of running from pain, we must learn to embrace it and use it as a driving force to propel us toward success. Pain has a way of cutting through the noise of life, forcing us to confront our reality. It strips away the unnecessary and lays bare what truly matters. When we experience pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, we are placed in a position of vulnerability. This vulnerability is uncomfortable, but it is also where real growth begins. It is in these moments of discomfort that we are challenged to rise above our circumstances and redefine ourselves. Throughout history, some of the greatest achievements have been born out of immense pain. Take, for example, the story of Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison. His imprisonment could have broken his spirit, yet he emerged not only with his resolve intact, but stronger, more determined, and prepared to lead South Africa into a new era of equality and freedom. Mandela's pain was not wasted. He used it to cultivate strength, patience, and clarity of purpose, ultimately transforming a nation and inspiring the world. Another example is the life of Helen Keller, who lost her sight and hearing as a child. Her challenges could have confined her to a life of isolation and dependency. Yet, with the help of her teacher, Anne Sullivan, Helen Keller found a way to communicate and went on to become a celebrated author, activist, and advocate for people with disabilities. Her pain became her platform, and her resilience became an inspiration for countless others facing adversity. Pain also played a pivotal role in shaping the lives of spiritual figures like Jesus Christ. His story is one of ultimate sacrifice and suffering, yet his pain gave birth to hope, salvation, and redemption for millions of people. His endurance and willingness to embrace suffering for a higher purpose illustrate the profound potential of pain to bring about transformative change. In our own lives, pain serves as a teacher. It pushes us to grow beyond our limits and teaches us resilience. When we encounter pain, we often find ourselves questioning our abilities, our purpose, and even our worth. These moments of doubt can feel overwhelming, but they are also opportunities for self-discovery and reinvention. Pain forces us to confront our fears and insecurities, and in doing so, it helps us develop the strength and determination to overcome them. Consider the process of building muscle. When we exercise, we create tiny tears in our muscle fibers. The body repairs these tears, making the muscle stronger and more resilient. This process is not painless. It involves effort, discomfort, and even soreness. But without it, growth would not occur. Similarly, life's challenges and hardships are the tears that strengthen us emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Pain is also a source of clarity. It strips away distractions and forces us to focus on what truly matters. When we are faced with a significant challenge or loss, we are often compelled to reassess our priorities and goals. Pain can reveal what is truly important in our lives, helping us to let go of superficial concerns and embrace a deeper sense of purpose. It can also motivate us to pursue our dreams with greater urgency and passion, knowing that life is fragile and precious. At its core, pain serves as a catalyst for change and development. It forces us to confront our limitations, challenge our comfort zones, and adapt to circumstances we might otherwise resist. While it is uncomfortable, pain often signals that we are being stretched, refined, and prepared for something greater than our current state. It is not meant to be an end in itself, but a transformative force that equips us for future challenges and opportunities. Life's most significant moments of achievement often follow periods of intense struggle or pain. Imagine the process of building a skyscraper. Before construction begins, the ground must be excavated, leveled, and prepared to bear the weight of the structure. This process is labor-intensive and disruptive, but it is essential for the foundation to be solid and enduring. Similarly, pain in our lives often serves as the excavation phase, preparing the foundation for the heights we are destined to reach. Physical pain provides a clear metaphor for this idea. Consider the athlete training for a marathon or a competition. The rigorous training regimen involves long hours of running, weightlifting, or other physically demanding activities that push the body to its limits. Muscles ache, lungs burn, and exhaustion sets in. But this pain is not pointless, it is preparation. Each moment of discomfort strengthens the body, increases endurance, and builds the mental toughness needed to compete at a high level. Without the pain of preparation, the athlete would never reach the finish line or achieve their goal. Emotional pain works in much the same way. Life inevitably brings heartbreak, disappointment, and loss. While these experiences can feel overwhelming, they also offer valuable lessons and insights. Emotional pain teaches resilience, compassion, and empathy. It prepares us to handle future challenges with greater wisdom and grace. For example, someone who has experienced a significant loss may develop a deeper appreciation for life and a heightened ability to support others in their times of need. This emotional growth is a direct result of the preparation that pain provides. Pain as preparation also holds a deep spiritual significance. In many religious and philosophical traditions, suffering is seen as a path to enlightenment, growth, or a deeper connection with the divine. Consider the story of Job in the Bible, who endured immense suffering yet remained faithful. His pain was not meaningless, it tested and strengthened his faith, ultimately leading to restoration and blessings. Likewise, Jesus Christ's suffering and crucifixion are seen as the ultimate act of preparation for the salvation of humanity. These examples illustrate how spiritual pain can prepare individuals for a higher purpose or a more profound understanding of life. Pain also prepares us by fostering adaptability and problem-solving skills. When faced with difficult circumstances, we are often forced to think creatively and find solutions we might not have considered otherwise. This process of overcoming adversity builds confidence and equips us with tools to face future challenges. For instance, a person who has navigated financial difficulties may develop budgeting and resource management skills that serve them well throughout their life. Similarly, someone who has overcome a health crisis may become more mindful of their physical well-being and gain a new appreciation for life. Preparation through pain is not limited to individuals, it also applies to communities and societies. Collective pain, such as the struggles faced during social movements or times of crisis, often lays the groundwork for progress and change. The civil rights movement, for example, was born out of the pain of systemic racism and inequality. The sacrifices and struggles of those who fought for justice prepared society for greater inclusion and equality. The pain experienced by a generation became the preparation for a better future. While pain is an inevitable part of life, how we respond to it determines whether it becomes a source of preparation or a source of stagnation. Embracing pain as preparation requires a mindset shift. Instead of viewing pain as an enemy, we must see it as a teacher and an opportunity. This does not mean minimizing or dismissing the reality of suffering. Pain is real, and it can be deeply challenging. But by acknowledging its purpose and potential, we can transform our experience of it. To use pain as preparation, we must approach it with intention and reflection. This involves asking ourselves what lessons pain is teaching us and how it can help us grow. It requires patience, as the benefits of pain often reveal themselves over time. It also demands resilience, as the process of preparation is rarely easy. But when we embrace pain as a necessary step on the path to success, we gain the strength and clarity needed to move forward. Ultimately, pain as preparation is a profound reminder that the challenges we face are not without purpose. They are shaping us, refining us, and preparing us for the next chapter of our journey. Pain is not a sign of weakness or failure, it is a sign that we are being molded into something greater. When we view pain through this lens, we can endure it with hope and emerge from it stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Pain is one of the most powerful and universal experiences in life. It transcends age, culture, and circumstance, touching everyone at some point. While it is often seen as a burden or a curse, pain holds a transformative power that can redefine who we are and what we achieve. Instead of running from pain, we must learn to embrace it and use it as a driving force to propel us toward success. Pain has a way of cutting through the noise of life, forcing us to confront our reality. It strips away the unnecessary and lays bare what truly matters. When we experience pain, whether physical, emotional, or mental, we are placed in a position of vulnerability. This vulnerability is uncomfortable, but it is also where real growth begins. It is in these moments of discomfort that we are challenged to rise above our circumstances and redefine ourselves. Throughout history, some of the greatest achievements have been born out of immense pain. Take, for example, the story of Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison. His imprisonment could have broken his spirit, yet he emerged not only with his resolve intact, but stronger, more determined, and prepared to lead South Africa into a new era of equality and freedom. Mandela's pain was not wasted. He used it to cultivate strength, patience, and clarity of purpose, ultimately transforming a nation and inspiring the world. Another example is the life of Helen Keller, who lost her sight and hearing as a child. Her challenges could have confined her to a life of isolation and dependency. Yet, with the help of her teacher Anne Sullivan, Helen Keller found a way to communicate and went on to become a celebrated author, activist, and advocate for people with disabilities. Her pain became her platform, and her resilience became an inspiration for countless others facing adversity. Pain also played a pivotal role in shaping the lives of spiritual figures like Jesus Christ. His story is one of ultimate sacrifice and suffering, yet his pain gave birth to hope, salvation, and redemption for millions of people. His endurance and willingness to embrace suffering for a higher purpose illustrate the profound potential of pain to bring about transformative change. In our own lives, pain serves as a teacher. It pushes us to grow beyond our limits and teaches us resilience. When we encounter pain, we often find ourselves questioning our abilities, our purpose, and even our worth. These moments of doubt can feel overwhelming, but they are also opportunities for self-discovery and reinvention. Pain forces us to confront our fears and insecurities, and in doing so, it helps us develop the strength and determination to overcome them. Consider the process of building muscle. When we exercise, we create tiny tears in our muscle fibers. The body repairs these tears, making the muscle stronger and more resilient. This process is not painless. It involves effort, discomfort, and even soreness. But without it, growth would not occur. Similarly, life's challenges and hardships are the tears that strengthen us emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Pain is also a source of clarity. It strips away distractions and forces us to focus on what truly matters. When we are faced with a significant challenge or loss, we are often compelled to reassess our priorities and goals. Pain can reveal what is truly important in our lives, helping us to let go of superficial concerns and embrace a deeper sense of purpose. It can also motivate us to pursue our dreams with greater urgency and passion, knowing that life is fragile and precious. One of the most powerful aspects of pain is its ability to inspire empathy and connection. When we endure hardship, we gain a deeper understanding of what it means to struggle. This understanding enables us to relate to others who are going through similar experiences, fostering compassion and solidarity. Pain can create bonds between people, bringing them together in a shared journey of healing and growth. Take the example of Oprah Winfrey, who endured a difficult childhood marked by poverty and abuse. Instead of letting her pain define her, she used it as a source of strength and inspiration. Her experiences allowed her to connect deeply with others, making her one of the most influential and empathetic voices in the world. She transformed her pain into a platform that not only elevated her but also uplifted countless others. Pain also has a way of igniting creativity and innovation. Many of history's greatest works of art, literature, and music were born out of suffering. Artists, writers, and musicians often channel their pain into their creations, transforming their struggles into something beautiful and universal. This process of turning pain into art is not limited to the creative elite. It is something we can all do. Whether through writing, speaking, creating, or simply sharing our stories, we have the power to turn our pain into something that inspires and uplifts others. But pain is not just about individual transformation, it can also be a catalyst for societal change. Movements for justice, equality, and progress are often born out of collective pain. The civil rights movement, for example, was fueled by the pain of racial injustice and inequality. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. channeled this pain into powerful messages of hope and action, inspiring millions to join the fight for change. Pain can unite people, galvanizing them to work together toward a common goal. At its core, pain is a test. It tests our resilience, our faith, and our ability to persevere. It challenges us to rise above our circumstances and become the best versions of ourselves. While it is tempting to see pain as a sign of failure or weakness, it is often the opposite. Enduring pain and rising above it is a testament to our strength and adaptability. It is proof that we are capable of more than we think and that we have the capacity to turn even the most challenging circumstances into stepping stones for success. Pain also teaches us the value of perseverance. Life will knock us down, but success is determined by our ability to get back up. The road to greatness is rarely smooth. It is filled with obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But each time we rise after a fall, we grow stronger and more prepared for the challenges ahead. Every setback becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. Faith and hope are essential tools in navigating pain. Faith gives us the assurance that our pain is not purposeless, while hope keeps our eyes fixed on the future. Together, they provide the strength and determination to endure, even in the darkest moments. Pain, when approached with faith and hope, becomes a refining fire that prepares us for a brighter future. In the end, pain is not something to be feared or avoided. It is a part of life that we cannot escape, but we can choose how we respond to it. We can let it break us, or we can let it build us. By embracing pain and using it as an opportunity for growth, connection, and purpose, we can turn even our most difficult moments into stepping stones toward success. The journey through pain is not easy, but it is worth it. Pain has the power to shape us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals. It equips us to face future challenges with courage and grace, and it gives us the tools to inspire and uplift others. When we use pain as a platform for growth, we not only transform ourselves, but also leave a lasting impact on the world around us. Pain is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of a legacy.